Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of The Elite, the Elite Count. I am the greatest second place champion in 3-count history, and of course the face of the 3-count Mafia, War Machine MJ. And I'm here today to talk about AEW Dynamite from the 16th, aka Week 3 of the Wednesday Night Wars. And on a side note, what you folks should check out in the meantime is go ahead and check out AEW Dork on Tuesdays on AEW's YouTube channel. It's a really fantastic match. It's all the dark matches you don't get to see, especially this week's dark match, which main event was Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega in an unsanctioned match, and they metaphorically try to kill each other. It is a great match. Highly recommend you watch it. Also, go check out NWA Power. That's their 1-hour studio wrestling show every Tuesday on the YouTube channel, on their YouTube channel. Fantastic! It's a great 80s throwback wrestling. They even have I think it's called Into the Fire by Dawkins. It's fantastic to watch. I'd recommend go watching it. First 2 episodes are up now. Anyway, back to AEW. Yep, we kicked off Dynamite from Philly this week with AEW Championship Tournament match, SCU versus the Best Friends. Now, while SCU was coming out, they were jumped and viciously beaten down by Phoenix and Pentagon, the Lucha Brothers, which Pentagon put out Christopher Daniels with a package pile driver on the ramp, thus putting Daniels out of commission. Scorpio Sky, who initially said he didn't want to be in this tournament, he's going to step back, get away from the tag team division for a bit, against his better judgment, subbed himself in for the destroyed Daniels and the softened up Kazarian. And Scorpio Sky is a highly underrated talent because he was wrestling this match, a bulk of this match, only wearing one shoe. Yeah, because he lost one of them in the beatdown. But in the end, SCU will move on to the semifinals, and they will face the winner of. No, they'll face Dark Order. Yeah, they move on to face Dark Order, who got a bye in the first round. Next, we had a squash match as John Silver and Alex Reynolds got absolutely destroyed by Santana and Ortiz, the tag team in Jericho's Boys. And afterwards, Jericho appeared on the Titantron, and he challenged the Young Bucks to a match at Full Gear against Santana and Ortiz. Next, we had AEW Women's Championship match as Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, took on Riho. And I gotta say, that belt looks just right on Riho, but when she loses it, they need to get a bigger belt. And speaking of Riho, she was over like Rover in Philly. And, yeah, this was a Dynamite match, no pun intended, just a bang-up barn burner of a match. In the end, however, Riho retained over Britt Baker by countering the Lockjaw, which is Rings of Saturn with a Mandible Claw, into a roll-up. Afterwards, both women shook hands. Of course, it was also noted that Britt Baker was rocking the shiner that B. Priestley gave her. I think it was AEW Dark when Britt Baker and Riho took on B. Priestley and the debuting Penelope Ford. So it's kind of obvious we're going to get Britt Baker versus B. Priestley at Full Gear. Next was the other AEW Tag Team Tourney match as the Lucha Brothers took on Jungle Express. Luchasaurus was out on injury. He's going to be down and out for a while because he's got a torn hamstring. So it was the team of Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt. You know, ignoring the fact that Marco Stunt is the smallest guy on the roster, he's a pretty competent wrestler. He used more wit and strategy than just brazenness to take on the Lucha Brothers. However, Marco Stunt ate a devastating package pile driver and double stomp combo, securing the Lucha Brothers' victory to face Private Party in the semifinals. Next, we had more tag team action as Kenny Omega and Hangman Page of the Elite took on the tag team, the Dream Tag Team of the Bastard Pac and Jon Moxley. What a match. Yeah, it was just four dudes kicking the shit out of each other. The finish came, however, when Omega decided enough was enough. He brought out the barbed wire weaponry from last week, and as both men took up their own arms, Kenny Omega got hit in the stomach by Moxley's baseball bat. And before he could, let Omega have it even more, Pac ran in, grabbed the bat, threw both the bat and the broom out the ring, and sliced his finger open, some kind of gnarly at the same time, and started yelling at Mox, like, "What are you doing? Come on, think. You're going to get yourself disqualified. We're going to lose." Mox said, "Okay, yeah, you're right," and then dropped him with the paradigm shift. Afterwards, he left. Omega just laid into Pac with V-trigger after V-trigger, and then Hangman Page hit the Deadeye to secure Pac's first loss in AEW. As Omega and Hangman start getting on the slow train back on the winning ways. So yeah, Pac's only downfall was thinking about wins and losses. That's a story you can tell. Over and over and over again. And then finally, that led to our main event, as Chris Jericho, Le Champion, took on Darby Allin in a Philadelphia street fight. These guys just absolutely beat the hell out of each other. It was mostly a story of Jericho's cunning and experience versus Darby Allin's youth and speed. Towards the finish, however, it looked like Darby Allin was setting up for a coffin drop when Jake Hager in his blue polo showed up, shoved Darby Allin off, and Jericho sank in the Lion Tamer for the win. Afterwards, he celebrated with the rest of his boys with a little bit of the bubbly. Yeah, another bang-up episode of AEW Dynamite. Yeah, these shows have been really, really good. I'm just interested to see when the lull is going to come. Because they're raking in millions as far as viewership, and NXT on the same night is just shy of 1 mil. So it's going to be an interesting sight when the lull comes. Anyway, that's it for another episode of All of the Elite Count. Plug time. If you missed Rod's opinions but hate his ugly face, he has a podcast, Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime, on the Castbox app, where he's going to be talking draft and sports. So yeah, check it out. Anyway, I'm the greatest second place champion in 3-count history, the face of the 3-count Mafia, War Machine MJ, and I'll see you guys next time.